Our topic for today is Omoyele Sowore and the three-edged sword against oppression. Now, I may call it sword because I'm used to calling it sword, although I know it should be pronounced as sword. So if I call it sword, pardon me. Let's get started. Now, to achieve a revolution, there is what we call the three B's of achieving a revolution: the barricade, the ballot, and the barrel, also known as the bullet. Now, the barricade is via protest, barricade, protest on the streets. The ballot is election, and the barrel is via the gun or the bullet, which is violence. Sowore has decided that he wants to achieve a revolution through non-violent means. So that is via the ballot, election, and the barricade. Now, let's talk about the edges of the sword. If you look at a knife, it has just one edge. That edge would signify the first means of achieving the revolution, which is via the barricade. Now, what this means is that Sowore has set up a movement known as the Take It Back movement, a movement that fights against injustice, a movement that fights against oppression via the barricade on the streets, via direct action, right? And this movement was set up years ago. Now, the movement is currently the biggest movement and organization, right, against injustice, against oppression, the biggest movement comprising of activists in Nigeria. So that is one edge of the sword. Now, for a knife, if you cut through something, right, the other end is blunt, and so it can be stopped and you can pull it out, right? But when you have a sword, both edges are sharp. That's a two-edged sword. So the other edge of the sword represents the African Action Congress. While Sowore is the convener of the Take It Back movement, is the chairman and founder of African Action Congress, which is the other edge of the sword. So this edge represents a revolution via the ballot, via election. And this political party is currently the only opposition party in terms of ideology to APC at the moment. So he has founded two important and critical organizations or parties, right, forming two edges of the sword. Now, a sword is dangerous because it cuts both ways. You can't really stop it from either edge because it cuts through. And it's suited to fight against oppression. But there's something that is even more dangerous when targeted against oppression. Cuts it down completely. Cuts it at different direction because it's three-edged, right? What makes this third edge? It's actually the first edge of the sword that was forged in 2006, known as Sahara Reporters. Sahara Reporters was the first citizen reporters or citizen media online news platform that fought against and continues to fight against injustice, right, and oppression, and always and has consistently dished out the truth for decades. Now, Sahara Reporters can operate independent of Sowore. The Take It Back movement can also operate independent of Sowore, as well as the African Action Congress. When Sowore was arrested and detained for 6 months, these platforms kept on going. Aside the African Action Congress, because there was an attempt to hijack the party, but there were still executives who kept the system running, the party going. But Sahara Reporters operated smoothly, right? The Take It Back movement operated smoothly, organized revolutionary protests across Nigeria. So Sowore has been able to form these important edges of the sword that are in a way operating independently from him and can be wielded by other Nigerians and not just himself. To make you understand, Sahara Reporters is actually one of the top 20 biggest Nigerian accounts with the highest number of followers on Twitter. At the time, it was number 11. It may have even risen up, even when you compare it with celebrities and all other platforms. So, Sowore is able to wield this three-edged sword against the oppressors, and it's able to cut through oppression, right? But there's something missing: the power. to cut completely through oppression in Nigeria from the roots. And the reason why the power is lacking is that one man or a few persons can't actually realize or utilize this sword to the full capacity, right? So Sowore is calling on other Nigerians to join hands with him to hold and wield this sword and cut through oppression of every kind, political, religious, whichever industrial sector, whichever part of Nigeria this oppression has its roots. This sword can cut it clean through, radically, to be like a radical surgery operation once and for all. Sowore has provided and forged a sword, a weapon against oppression and oppressors that is well edged, three edges. Whichever one suits you, go in and attack the oppressors and oppression through that channel, be it the Take It Back movement, Sahara Reporters, or the African Action Congress. You need to organize with Sowore. By doing that, you are joining hands with Sowore to wield this sword, as this is the only way to take down oppression in this country and for us to take it back. Because after all, we need to take our country back. Thank you.